Hey everyone, and welcome back to Robbie's Backstage Bants. Today I have a super special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself and say who you play?
Hi, I'm Catherine Tyldesley, and I play Blanche Barrow in Bonnie and Clyde, the musical.
How exciting. And what a show it is as well. It's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
One of the best things I've seen. Must say that.
No, thank you.
Seen quite a lot of things. We're up to 25 this year alone, so let's not go there.
Oh gosh.
I know.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. So for those who don't know, could you tell us a little bit about your character?
Blanche Barrow is or was the only surviving member of the Barrow gang, which was made up of Bonnie and Clyde, uh, Clyde's brother Buck, and Blanche, who was married to Buck. And she was the only one to survive. She went to prison for her crimes, and whilst she was in prison, she kept diaries, luckily for us. So a lot of the show, and of course a lot of the films that have gone before, were based on Blanche's diaries. That's where a lot of the historical content comes from, and a lot of the character knowledge comes from. Actually, it gives you a really rounded picture of what the Barrow Gang members were each like, and what it was like to live during that horrible time of the Great Depression. It really does give you a great insight. So yeah, Blanche is she's very much the show's moral compass.
Yeah.
She has a very devout faith, and she tries really hard, bless her, to get the rest of the Barrow Gang on board with finding a better life than a life of crime, and ultimately she fails. But the way the script was devised by Avon Manchell was just, I mean, the script is incredible. The music, as you know, is Don Black and Frank Wildhorn. So, I mean, just recipe there for absolute magic. Every
Absolutely.
song is, there's no filler songs in there. Every song is a corker in my opinion. And so I'm just loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. It's incredible.
It's so good. And so are you, of course.
Oh, thank
So
you.
this is your musical theatre debut, right?
It is, yes.
How are
Yeah,
you
I've done
how are you
theatre before,
finding
but
it?
this is my first musical. Oh, I've waited a long time. I always said to my husband that if I was going to leave the children for that amount of time, I would really have to love something.
Mm,
And the minute Bonnie and Clyde came through, I was just because I didn't know the show beforehand, and I listened to Blanche's second song in the show. It was the
yeah.
first song that I listened to, and my husband was there when I listened to it, and he just turned to me and he said, "You've got to do this show." And that was just listening to one song. And so then I read the script, I listened to the rest of the music, and I was like, I'm in. I can't turn this down.
Oh, good.
It's pretty magical.
Yeah, absolutely. And smashing it. So when you obviously got the role of Blanche and you were rehearsing for the show, what sort of research did you do into the character?
Well, I was really lucky because she kept diaries, and
Yeah, that worked out, didn't it?
like yeah, I mean, for any actress, that's an absolute dream when you're playing a real life person, a
Yeah.
historical figure. It's gold dust, and don't get me wrong, we have creative leeway. There are some things that I have decided upon that help to tell the story that might not necessarily be, if Blanche was alive today, she might turn around and say, "Oh, I don't know if I'd have done that, or I don't know if I'd have done this." But
Yeah.
I would say I'd like to hope that 90% of what I do, I have built from the diaries and from relatives that have given interviews about the person that Blanche was, and also, people in my own life growing up. I was surrounded by a lot of very devout Christians, and I've kind of taken things from them, and taken strength from them, because that's what really gives her heart and strength is her faith.
Yeah.
And so I worked really hard on that, and hopefully that comes across in the show. Um, but yeah, just delving into that era, my favorite thing as an actress is to do period dramas.
Yeah.
I've been so lucky to do some great period dramas in my career, and I'm a history buff. I love history.
I love a bit of
So
history.
it's just glorious for me to delve into different eras. And of course, the Great Depression. I mean, it was what it says on the tin. It was really tough, really tough. You know, no crops, death round every corner. It was, they had nothing. They had nothing. So for
Yeah.
Blanche to remain strong was testament to the kind of person that she was.
No, absolutely. And she's just a fantastic character. So how are you finding tour life at the minute? Obviously, you've been on tour for a couple of weeks now.
We've been on tour for 5 weeks, I think. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's hard
Yeah.
at not seeing the children as much as I normally would.
Hmm.
But I'm loving, every place that we visited has been so welcoming. The audiences have been amazing. They've all loved the show. For us as a tour family, it's been great exploring different cities. The
Yeah.
theatres that we're getting to play, are just beautiful. And you look at the people that have gone before you, and you just think, wow. So it's an incredible experience. I do miss the children very, very much. But this is what we do. I've got an incredible husband who holds the fort whilst I'm away, and he's very supportive. And Alfie just thinks it's so exciting for him. And Iris is a bit too young to understand. But if you say to Iris, "What does mummy do at work?" She goes, "La la la," and I'm like, "Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, Iris. Well done."
Brilliant. And do you think you would do more musicals now after enjoying Bonnie and Clyde so much?
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure, it's been a great experience. And yeah, I've already been approached about a couple of other projects, which might be on the cards further down the line. So
Exciting.
yeah, it's really exciting for me. I'm really glad that I finally delved into that world with the right show.
Mm. I mean, she's just a brilliant character because she's funny, but she's got the emotion. She looks
Mhm.
like so much fun to play.
Oh, she's great. And again, that's testament to Ivan. He's scripted it so well. I do
Mm.
have those heartbreaking scenes, but then she comes in with these one-liners that are just, as soon as I read it, I was like, she's great. She's very witty, very sarcastic,
Yeah,
and very bossy, and it's so much fun.
she's great. She really is. So, do you have a favorite number in the show? Because I mean, Frank Wildhorn has done an absolute sort of set of bangers there.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
have a favorite?
Do you know what? I can't, it changes all the time.
Yeah.
But what I will say, I love all the music. I genuinely do. Every night when Katie performs Dying Ain't So Bad, every single show she makes me cry. I watch her in the wings every night because she's so incredible, and that always makes me cry. But I'd say when I'm in the car, I listen to When I Drive,
I
which is sang by Buck and Clyde, and it is a corker
What a
of a
tune.
song. It's on my gym playlist actually as well. So yeah, big fan of When I Drive. But it's just you spoilt the choice. They're all so great.
Yeah, you really are. And everyone in the show has just got insane vocal talent. So it just
Yeah, yeah.
oh wow. Have you I mean you've only been on tour so 5 weeks. You've got a while to go. Is there any venues that you're super excited to visit?
Um, Gosh, it's so hard to just single them out.
Mm.
Obviously Manchester is my hometown, and I've
Yeah.
always wanted to play the Palace. I'm really excited about that. We're in Cardiff at the moment, and the Millennium Centre is just ridiculous. It's incredible. Sunderland last week, the Empire
Beautiful.
Theatre. Oh, beautiful.
These are
They
gorgeous.
just honestly, I feel like every theatre has its own personality and
Yeah.
is very, very different. You've got somewhere like Guildford, which is a very intimate space. It gave the show a different feel. And then
Yeah.
it's the same again in Cardiff. It's huge. So, we have to slightly alter things as actors, and it's great. It's a real journey as a performer to adapt to each space. So honestly, hand on heart, I'm just excited about excited
Everywhere.
about everywhere. I just keep fangirling over the whole tour.
Amazing though, and it's so good that you can find the enjoyment in being in these new spaces and seeing how that takes the show. Especially yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Guildford is quite small, so it's nice to
Hmm.
sort of, you'll be able to see people's exact faces and exact reactions. And I feel like maybe the
Hmm.
early on, because that was very early on in the tour, that was your second venue.
Yeah, it
Maybe that
was.
was
Yeah.
nice and reassuring that everyone was really enjoying it. And now you're out there killing it every night, everywhere, which is amazing. And it's so good that it's
Thank
going to so
you.
many venues that people can go and see it as well.
Oh, it's great. There were so many people that didn't get the opportunity to see the show when it was in the West End. And of course, it won Best New Musical at the What's on Stage
It
Awards. So we've had so many messages. It has this huge fan base,
Yeah.
almost like cult fan base. And, they call themselves the Hellraisers and they adore the show. And we have people already that have seen it in every venue, or they'll book for 3 nights in a row. People get really addicted to it. And so it's been such a positive experience. People messaging us saying, "Oh my God, thank God you're coming to our city. We've been dying to see the show." And there's a real buzz around it, which it just feels a lovely thing to be a part of.
That's amazing. It's so good that it's got such a great fan response.
Yeah.
I'll hopefully be back seeing it again, which brings me on to the fact that it's coming to walking. Um,
It is.
23rd till the 27th of April, which is really
Mm-hmm.
exciting. And that's again real close to London, so people can get in to see it from London as well,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is, and it's a beautiful venue. It's very big.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I've seen pictures, but I've never been. So I'm really
So
excited.
comfortable as well to sit in, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
Not that
belting.
you'll be sitting down, but I might be. Uh
Great.
really comfortable. And I saw you all came in that lovely, lovely car to walking.
How cool. How cool was that car? It's incredible. Yeah, 95 years old, that car.
I, I
Felt
would
a
love to
little
steer
bit
the car,
rickety.
just a little bit. No seatbelts.
No seat belts. No seat belts. The
Cool.
floor was made of wood. I'm not gonna lie, I was hanging on for dear life, but it was an amazing experience.
It looked so good. I love the promo video you guys got out of that as well.
Oh, it was so much fun to do. We had a real good laugh that day.
Amazing. I was meant to be there, but I was too busy being a student.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
priorities, darling. Priorities.
Yeah, I
Good for
know.
you.
This happens. Same reason why I was going to come and hopefully see you all in Sunderland because that's sort of my end as opposed to Guildford
Ah,
and walking. But again, too busy being a student. It happens. It happens. But hopefully I'll catch
absolutely.
you all in walking. Lovely time. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I have one more question for you. It's quite a broad one.
Mhm.
And this is, why should people come and see the show?
I think that this show ticks every box.
Yeah.
It's got the adrenaline spiking, edge of your seat thrill that you really want to get from a true crime story, but it's got this incredible romance at the heart of it. So much heart. I mean, there's laugh out loud moments and there's heartbreaking moments. The music's insane. So I think if you want a really good night of entertainment that ticks every box, this is the show. That's why I fell in love with it.
Absolutely. And it is, I mean, in my opinion, a five-star production. And the great thing about it is, unlike a lot of other tours, nothing is scaled down from when it was on the West End. So as you were saying about
Yeah.
the fans that didn't get the chance to catch it, and it's obviously won Best New Musical, there's no difference in the quality of the show to what it was in the
No.
West End and now is on tour. There's maybe the slight couple of tiny changes within the show, but you still get
Mm.
the lovely projected scenes with the backgrounds and the backdrops. You get the car, everything is
Hmm.
as it
Hmm.
was. I would love that car. I just,
I know it's so cool. Yeah, they've done an incredible job. An
yeah,
incredible job. It's an insane production, and the quality of it is just ridiculous. What they're managing to achieve is, I'm just in awe of everybody, of the entire crew. It's incredible.
it is. It is so incredible. And honestly, you should all go and see it. I'll leave some ticket links in the description so you can all go and find Bonnie and Clyde in your local venue and go and see the show because the whole show and Catherine are all fantastic. It's just
Oh,
brilliant.
bless you.
It's so
Thank
good.
you, darling.
But aside from that, I just want to thank you for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
having me. Appreciate it.
And thanks for anyone who's watched this episode. And we'll see you all in the next one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.